everybody, welcome back to GFY Farms. In early 2023, we decided to add pigs to GFY Farms. After doing our homework, we brought home two-year-old Kune Kune sisters. I got a text that just said, I think I found you some pigs. I didn't take that to mean anything, but he knew where some were. Until I called him when I was on the way back. He was on his way back from getting the newest additions to the farm. Here, piggy piggies. So, yeah, while I was gone, Chris just found these two girls. And now we have pigs. Hey, Miss Piggy. Here you go. Would you like the carrot? There you go, Miss Piggy. And how about Miss Peppa? Would Miss Peppa like one? Peppa never ended up having piglets, but Miss Piggy farrowed a litter of 9 healthy babies that May. We chose Kune Kunes because they're known for their calm nature and small size, which makes them ideal for our small farm. They have short snouts, so they root less, and they're efficient grazers. They thrive on fresh pastures and kitchen scraps year-round, with hay and pig feed added throughout the winter. They're curious and gentle, and honestly, pretty entertaining. Fencing was one of the first challenges we had. Kune Kunes are very food motivated, so we train them to respect the electric wire. But you definitely want to make sure your setup's solid. One wrong move and you've got pigs at the neighbors. We did have that one time as they pushed out the fence in the big pasture. Just make sure the fence is hot and you got a lot of snacks. As you can see, if there's a bucket involved, they'll follow you anywhere. So in May of 2023, Miss Piggy farrowed a beautiful litter of 9. But the biggest surprise? Peppa stepped in and helped raise them. She was gentle and even let them nurse, which honestly shocked us. I actually caught some of this on camera. The sister cared for those babies like a team, and it was one of the most heartwarming parts of the whole year. A few months after the piglets were born, we bartered 4 of them, along with a little cash, for a horse trailer. That trailer's become one of the most useful tools on the farm. We used it to transport pigs and goats, haul a motorcycle, and even filled it with my things when I sold my house in the city. It has been incredibly handy and has seen more action than we ever expected. When it was clear that Peppa wasn't going to farrow, we made the decision to process her for our own consumption. We were curious to try Kune Kune pork and knew this would be a good opportunity. But getting her loaded in the trailer, that was an ordeal. No chute, no panels, just a bucket of feed and the naive hope that she'd walk right in. It took us over an hour to get her all loaded. We ended up feeding all the pigs in the trailer and then slowly kicked them out one by one until only Peppa was left. After what felt like a full body workout and a good dose of farm style problem solving, we finally had Peppa loaded up and it was time to hit the road. So we just finished inside filling out the paperwork to decide on the cuts of meat we want from the processor, and now Chris is going to pull around back to unload her. It was strange seeing that trailer empty on the way home, but we were proud of how we raised her and excited to see how Kune Kune pork would turn out. Once we finally got her dropped off, about a week later, Chris went and picked up all of this. I'm just going to go over a quick overview of what cuts of meat we got. All in all, we got about 75 pounds of meat. This included 2 shoulder butt roasts, 3 packages of pork loin chops, 4 half hams. The hams are kind of small, they're only about 3 pounds. 2 packages of shoulder blade steaks, 3 tenderloins, 1 package of baby back ribs, 2 packages of spare ribs, and then we ended up with 14 packages of bacon, a smoked jowl, a big package of the fat. What I did not get a picture of was the 18 pounds of pork sausage. Now, we had asked them to not smoke our bacon, and they accidentally did. They actually threw in another pork belly, and I just got around to smoking that. Since Peppa, we processed 2 more pigs for sale, and let's say the loading process has gotten a little better. We're already dreaming up what's next. Maybe raising another litter, maybe even bringing in a bigger boar like an Idaho pasture pig. There's always something to figure out around here, and we're just figuring it out one project at a time. If you enjoyed following along, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join us for whatever comes next at GFY Farms.